guys, and welcome to another video. This is video number 2 in what I'm going to start calling my intervention series. This is a series of videos that I'm going to be making that are, again, inherently negative about the game, but I want to make it super clear this comes from a point of love. I goddamn love Undecember. I think it's such a great game, but they keep doing things that are anti-player and other stuff. And this one, we're going to be talking about the gacha system and some of the other stuff. The last one was about the one pack being ridiculously expensive, but this one is going to be more specifically talking about the gacha system and the ultimate gear and some other things that are not going great, that hopefully they will see one of these videos and we can work on this. But for now, let's get into it. I generally want to come into these videos in a positive light. I don't want to come in here and yell and scream about stuff because, again, this comes from a place of love. I love this game. And up until this stuff came out, there was something I could say about this game. And the thing was, it is not pay to win. Now, everybody has their own opinion of what pay to win means. And to me, as a gamer from back in the day, pay to win means that gear was inaccessible except to people who had spent real world money. Now, you can obviously speed up your progress in this game drastically by doing any of the gear things, buying stuff on the auction house with diamonds and rubies and all that stuff. And none of that was truly pay to win, in my opinion. Obviously, everybody has their own opinion, and I know people disagree with my interpretation of what pay to win is, but for me, pay to win has always been that. Anybody who plays this game had the ability through drops and through other means to gain the best gear in the game. Okay, that was a real thing. And now with the ultimate gear, I can no longer say that this game isn't pay to win. There is no other way other than buying these directly or then buying them on the auction house. I think you can buy them on the auction house if people pull them with real money. Okay, these are inaccessible to any player who isn't going. You can't drop these. They don't exist in the game except from this. Now, everyone hates gacha. I don't need to explain this. I shouldn't need to explain this. Gacha is awful. Everyone hates gacha. Everyone. I don't understand why companies keep using this tactic, and I know part of it is because they want to make money so that they can keep the lights on. But this is absolutely the wrong way to do this. This is not an acceptable thing. This is the first time that I can't in good conscience say this is a pay to win or a non-pay to win game. It's absolutely pay to win with this, in my interpretation of it anyway. I don't know how you could have spent a few months doing anything. So from the beginning of the season until the mid-season update. And this is what we got. We didn't get any of the bug fixes we have been asking for. We didn't get, other than the ones that directly affect the new content, we didn't get any positive changes in any way. We just got ultimate gear gacha. Okay, so there's that section. I am insulted by this, and I know other players are too. And guys, come on, you have to do better than this. Okay, next section, we're going to talk about something different. And next, I want to talk about the Abyss Gate. And I personally really like the idea of the Abyss Gate. One, I don't understand how the rankings are. How could you guys have released this content and the rankings don't work? Why did you even have this up if it doesn't work? I'm so confused. Just what? Obviously, it is a mechanic that is designed for extreme endgame players, and there's nothing directly wrong with that. You gotta have content for those players, but most players cannot do this content. Yes, obviously, I'm able to do it. Other people that put a lot of time and effort into the game are able to do it. But this is a seasonal content that is mostly inaccessible to players. The time requirements, even at moderate difficulties, are very high. And again, you want to make it hard for those hard players that have the ridiculous numbers, but there's got to be a way to balance this better. As someone who plays an insane amount of this game, it takes me like 35 minutes, let's say, to do stage 10. And it's just going to get harder and harder from there. Now, obviously, I'm not someone who worries. I'm not a player who forces DPS and wants to have the biggest thing, but it's ridiculous how spongy the enemies are for what we get out of it. The amount of work is disproportionate. Now, again, I like the content itself. I am someone who does not care if a map takes me 15 minutes. I know some people lose their minds about that. But when we get to a point where it takes me most of my play session to go through just this content. If I want to do other stuff, if I want to get Rune Master, which for some silly reason you have made it that we can't get Rune Master XP in here. If I want to get through all of my Abyss Gate and get Rune Master done, it is a huge time investment. And generally, when games do things like this, where they do it like this, they're trying to make it that way so that you want to spend some money to get through that. But the whole point is that it's the hardest thing. I'm so confused at a lot of what has happened with this season because I really enjoy the content. I like the idea of the extra jewel slots being available in here. I've had some really good drops in here. But the amount of time it takes just to go through them is ridiculous. And I had thought about a way to make this more user-friendly for the higher-end players. Now, I think people would disagree with this, but it is something that I've been thinking about. If you've ever played, a lot of mobile games have a challenge tower mode, doesn't matter what it is. And once you've gone through a difficulty, you can just hit a button and it will finish that difficulty again and you get the rewards. The challenge should be getting through the stage itself. It shouldn't be forcing us to run 35, again, longer content. It's the actual challenge of getting through. Having a rush mode, or even something where you can get tickets to just get the reward for completing the thing, is, I think, a better way to go about this, because with it in its current form, players have to spend all of their time, unless they're ridiculously powerful, just getting through your 10 tickets a day. Otherwise, you're wasting them. And obviously, we want to get through them so we can get... Because this is the only way to get the best gear, because even if you got a Transcendent drop in the... Oh my god, from a champion, if you got it from the Wheel of Fate, if you got it from Gacha, it's the whole, not from Gacha, because from Gacha you can get the extra jewels. But I'm saying, even if you got a Transcendent, it's not best in slot unless it's from here. And forcing us to take forever to do a difficulty that we have shown we can do. Again, obviously people are going to disagree with this, but I think that giving us a way to rush stages, even stages, if you don't want it to be on par with the highest one we've done. Drop it 5 stages. I would gladly take a loss and be able to go, okay, just give me the rewards from stage 5 instead of spending a huge amount of time to get all of that. And then, like, today I did not get through most of my Rune Master. I think I only got through 10% of my Rune Master because I have a life outside of this game. I know everybody's surprised. The mechanic itself is good, but it's flawed because it forces us to do, unless you are someone who spends a crazy amount of time in this game, and I do, spending, let's say, 20 minutes a map, 10 maps, that's 200 minutes of playtime just in here. And I don't get anything other than the drops from the bosses, which obviously, again, has a chance at the best gear in the game. But we don't get any other progress. I can't work on any other content for that time. That is a lot of time to spend doing 20-minute maps. And this mode is good, but it needs work. And I'm not even really sure what I'm trying to say about it directly, but gear slot upgrades and stuff I think are really cool. The distortion stones and stuff are really cool, but I feel like pretty much no players are going to get a distortion stone. To be able to get to stage 50 and then do it enough times and do it quickly enough that you will ever actually get one of them to drop that's for your class, for your build, is ridiculous. Okay, anyways, I just mumbled through this forever, but my brain's exploding and I have other things to talk about. So I'm going to take a second and then I'm going to come back and we're going to move on to another topic. Let's talk about the next thing that has been weighing on me when it comes to this game, and it's bugs. Now, every game is going to have bugs. Every big game, no matter what, day one launch of the new season or whatever, there's going to be bugs. There's going to be bugs. But this game has bugs that have been there since day one, that are known and have been talked about and are clearly not getting attention. We, the player base, I guarantee you I am not the only one. We had someone come into stream earlier and talk about this. If you guys really want this game to do well, all you got to do is spend the next couple of months, give us a notice, say, guys, we're not doing any new stuff for the next 3 months, and fix the bugs. All the day one bugs that still exist that we have shown with videos and pictures and everything else and done testing to show you that it is wrong, and you just give us form letters. You need to address some of this stuff. The portal bug that ruins runs, the random bug with the time in raids. There's so many I could list that are ruining an otherwise amazing game, and I am begging you to take the time that is needed to get that stuff fixed. I understand that you don't want to take this time to do it because you think that people are going to leave. People might leave, but I guarantee you people are leaving because of these bugs, because things are not going properly and you are not addressing them. You have seemingly no one communicating with the player base directly, and I have talked about it at length, and I'm going to talk about it again here. You need players that are ambassadors for the game, that communicate the well wishes, the things that need attention in the game, because clearly you don't have anyone on staff who actually plays the game. And if you do, and they are not telling you that things need fixing, they're not doing their job. Players will gladly do this for no money. You could give us some stuff in game. Give us a silly title that we can actually use. Oh my god, the fact that I have a partner creator title that I can't use on my character because it's locked to standard is another bug that just drives me crazy. You need to address the base level issues. Falling into ruts in the map that have not been fixed, that have been ruts in the map that we get stuck in. And you just tell us, oh, use the unstuck feature. No, fix it. Please, I am begging you. There are so many little things that need attention, and that's why I make the community wishlist videos, and hoping beyond hope that you will see them. I don't want to make negative videos about the game because the game itself is really good, but things like bugs that have not been addressed, that have been there forever. This is 3 years with the same bugs that have not been fixed. If you don't know what's causing them, let us know. The player base will gladly put in the effort to zero in on exactly what is causing the bugs and help you get the proper bug reports that you need to hand them to the dev team to fix it. Take the time, fix the bugs, please. Okay, take a second again. I'm gonna come back into another second. So that's the 3 points I want to make in this one. Again, I am going to keep doing these videos until they acknowledge what's going on and directly, like, I want communication directly with the players that about this series of videos. I am not trying to shit on this game. I'm not trying to put this game down. I'm trying to tell this game that the things it's currently doing are driving players away. You are making a short-term gain by people tossing money at the gacha, but you're losing the committed players. Oh, I remembered what the fourth thing was now. I was gonna end. Hold on. I'm gonna talk about this. The fourth point I wanted to make in this video is the new returning players thing is an absolute slap in the face to players who have been here the whole time. You set up this thing where a bunch of players who just started or are coming back are going to get a bunch of stuff, but you gave absolutely nothing to the players who have been here the whole time. I have not missed more than maybe a few days of playtime in this game in the entire 3 years that I've been playing it, and new and returning players got like 100 pulls and I got nothing. Now, I'm not trying to be ungrateful here, but it is an absolute slap in the face of players that have been here through the mistakes and the good stuff and the bad stuff and have been putting money into the game, and you gave us nothing because you gave this huge thing to the new players, or players that you wanted to come back to spend money. I understand you are a company and you want players to come back. You want players to stay. Not giving anything to dedicated players that have not stopped playing the entire time. You have players with 10,000 hours in this game that are being tossed aside because they're not spending nearly enough money in the gachas and whatnot. It is a horrible business practice. The stuff I'm trying to get across in this game is that you need to communicate with the players. You need to think about long-term rather than short-term gains. Gachas are terrible. Look at the supporter packs with Path of Exile. I've talked about this before in videos, and I'm going to talk about it here again. Supporter packs are things at the beginning of a season that I would always purchase in Path of Exile. Random skin packs and stuff, because I want to support the game. You don't have anything like that. You just have these in-game things that are for people that have a ton of money, and people who don't have a lot of money can't support your game, and you're making it harder and harder to be a supporter of your game. And doing things like the new returning player thing and not acknowledging anything for the players that played until the end of the season, or the people that came back 3 days before the end of the season and then were ineligible for the new returning player thing is ridiculous. You guys, you need to do better. I am begging you, from someone who absolutely loves your game. I'm 7,000 hours into this game. I want this game to do well. I want this game to be on in the same breath as Path of Exile and Diablo and these other big ARPGs. And when anyone ever refers to this game, it is, oh, it's that pay-to-win Korean game. And you gotta move away from that. You need to think about the players more and the money less. And if you think about the players, if you invest in the players, the game will do well and you will get more players. You will get more support. What you're doing is driving players that have been playing the game for years away, and it is not a good way to do things. Anyways, I don't want to talk forever here about this. There's my 4 points I wanted to talk about in this video. I have more, and I'm going to keep making these videos until somebody at Line Games, Needs Games, whatever it is, communicates to the players, to me, or to someone else. So if you are someone who is connected to them, please let them know that these are issues that they need to address. With that said, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe, pet cats, eat broccoli, and you'll see me next time.